listeners, you are listening to Link FM on 96.7 SM. This is Dr. Shahad Salha presenting The Choice in its English episode. I haven't been in the radio for a while. It was Ramadan and I was busy just sorting some shows out. And I'm coming back to you really hot in a hot topics to discuss what is going on in the community. Of course, you can ring us on studio hotline 0114-261-821 and the WhatsApp 07939849339. When we speak about, violence around the world, when we go demonstration for struggles outside the UK, and when we believe in rights or human rights to have their land, to protect their children. So we are equally speaking about violence and drugs and knife crimes in the city. Yesterday, Sheffield was very busy, was one of the very nice pioneer, different types of march. Moms United made a great move against knives. I have with me in the radio today Sahira Ershad, from the chair of Moms United. Good afternoon, Sahira.
Good afternoon, Shahada.
Yesterday was a very busy day for you, isn't it?
Yeah, yesterday was very busy. It was full of energy, positivity, and it was such a great turnout. And I just want to thank everyone who took the time out to come and support us at this really important event.
Can you give the audience an idea what happened in Sheffield yesterday, Sahira?
So basically, since the beginning of this year, there's been over a dozen shootings, stabbings. Tragically, lives have been lost. When this happened at Moms United, yes, we reacted to this, and we felt that we needed to say we've had enough. We've had enough of the violence. We've had enough of being scared. And what we wanted also to do is not only react to this by holding a protest, but there was a reason and a theme behind it that we wanted to show that as a community, we stand together. We're from diverse backgrounds, and we wanted to show solidarity for each other in times of crisis, in times of sadness. And basically, this protest was to say that we've had enough of the violence, we've had enough of the gangs who are spreading such hatred within all our communities. And that was basically the essence of why we needed this to happen.
A few days before the demo yesterday, there was quite a few articles written by Star, by different local newspaper, telling about the march. And I've noticed when I was going through them, through the comments, I noticed lots of people are either making fun of the moms who are going in the street and what they're gonna change, and it's a big business, drugs is everywhere, what few moms shouting, screaming in the street, where we'll be doing. I have heard also I read some really sharp comment about a person, for example, said, "Oh, what have you been doing? You've screamed your head off." And this is really an interesting kind of comments, because it reflects the community mood toward these kind of issues. What is your comment on this, Sahira?
For me, everyone is entitled to their opinion. I know there were a lot of negative comments on the Star, on Sheffield Online. There were quite a few negative comments, but there was also a discussion about why this is happening, and also it encourages debate. And for me, I don't need to seek validation from anyone. This march was for the moms who have been through and experienced the violence, the impact of violence in our areas. And it was for us as a group to show that, we're here for everyone who has lost a loved one. So for me, we've had negative comments in the past. I'm kind of used to it, and I just feel that, whatever encourages debate Let's talk about it. I'm not naive to think that, and this is what I did say when I spoke yesterday, that I'm not naive to think that the gangs will suddenly develop a conscience and they're going to put down the guns and the knives and go about and earning a hard day's living. It's not going to happen. But what is going to happen is that we're going to start talking and we're going to start, fundamentally changing the way we talk about youth violence and encourage debate, encourage people to say that we've had enough and to raise awareness about these issues. And that is what we are about. We're here to raise awareness. We are here to say that change needs to be implemented, and for me, it's neither here nor there. People can say negative things about us. People can say whatever they want, I would question what are they doing to bring about change. I would encourage them to, get up and instead of being keyboard warriors, come and help us. If we're doing something wrong, they feel that we are not approaching the topic in a way that they feel we should, then come and talk to us, rather than being negative and being dismissive.
You said something that at the beginning of your answer, you said that everyone is entitled to have an opinion. And I wonder, Sahira, is violence dealing drugs and threatening the community and making the safety of the community in danger? Is it an opinion, do you think?
Is it what, sorry?
I was saying, at the beginning of your answer, you said that everyone is entitled to express their
Yeah.
opinion. But do you think violence, threatening families and the safety of the community, do you think that drugs dealing and making the community like a jungle, everyone is killing everybody, do you think these people are entitled for opinion? Are they welcome? Because yesterday I heard in your
Yeah.
speech that we are not welcoming gang in the
Yeah.
community. We will not be welcoming those people who think they are bigger than the community,
Yeah.
who they think they are, their ego is floating everywhere. We are not welcoming this. So do you think this is really subject to opinion, or it is
I
subject to something else?
I just think that there's a lot of ignorant people out there. You know as well as I do the battles that we face as a group of mothers leading the way. There's so many battles that we face on a day-to-day basis, and I just don't even worry about negativity. I think that if we spend our energy looking at and getting hurt by the nasty comments that people were making, it's energy that we can put to use elsewhere. And I think that as long as we stay driven, stay focused, our intentions are clean, we know what we're doing it for our children, we're doing it for the vulnerable women in our community who don't have a voice. They're the reasons, aren't they? That's what gets us up every day. And I think, we don't need to watch what people are saying. People are going to say things about us regardless, because we are women and we are strong, independent, fierce women that are driven. So, we can't spend our time battling the ignorant, Eventually they will see the work that we're trying to do and, they will either come with us or they can carry on what they're doing.
Yesterday in the demonstration, I was there, and I've noticed that these people who have to be there, they weren't there. The police commissioner, the councillors, we see them when there is allocation.
Yeah.
The MPs, any representative of the social service,
Yeah.
any representative of the schools who
Yeah.
are excluding these children all the time when they make something they called it
Yeah.
naughty. They weren't there. So they were only there, those people who care about the community. And there were only there the young people who wanted better life. I have heard yesterday a beautiful young people expressing themselves in poems. So, what is your comment on this, Sahira?
I think that the young people that came were amazing. I think that the women, the mums who spoke with such passion and such conviction, and it was a shame. It was a shame that that the men in the community, the self-appointed community leaders, weren't there. We had enough support yesterday. We had the Green councillors, Alison Teal was there, Peter Garbutt was there, elected councillor Mohammed Rauf was there from the Green Party. But where was everyone else? Where was everyone? The Police Crime Commissioner, Alan Billings, sent an apology a couple of days before. But where were his representatives? Where were our MPs? We reached out to them. And where were the Labour councillors? What happened? It's just, to me, I'm not really affected by it because I don't expect anything more. I just carry on and do what I need to do. But it is disappointing to a lot of people because did they not deem this protest important? Did they not see youth violence and young people being groomed into childhood exploitation? Do they not see that as a cause for concern? Do they not respect our organisation? Is that what it is?
I think what happened, I don't know if you agree with me to that or not, it is not winning horse for them to ride on, I think. They can ride on when there is allocation, they can ride on when there is a fund. But when there is action, when there is a need for action, they disappeared. And yesterday, I was there, and I have heard from a young person saying, "Oh, you will not see them here. They are, busy somewhere else, doing their own business, their own life." And that is really make me ask you a question now as a mom, Tahira. Forget you are a Moms United chair. Forget all this history of you being fighting violence. Is it as a mom, how would you interpret the actions of men yesterday? There was no religious leader in the group in the march. There was no men from those who lost their children or their children are involved in a crime. There were no men from the leaders who are saying, "Oh, we are the big organization who owns this city." There was no one there from the community who says, well, we are the big boys here and we make the decisions and we tell women what to do. This is what we have. We have men in the community who are telling women to go kitchen to cook her food, for them, while they are sitting doing nothing.
I think that, many of them probably won't do that, but I think that what is fundamentally clear is that the lack of support we have from the men in our community. And I think that what is fundamentally clear is that, they don't respect me as a woman, especially as chair of Moms United. I know that. They can give lip service to a lot of things, but if you don't fit the part, you don't fit the mold, they don't want to know. You align yourself the way that they want to see you, then you're okay. And it's disappointing, and it has hurt me in the past the way that they behave. But I'm immune to it now. I don't care. I'm not bothered. It's shame on them, isn't it? Shame on them that they couldn't come. They were invited. They knew about it.
As a woman, Sahira.
How many times are we going to chase them? How many times are we going to say?
No, we are not going to chase anyone, Sahira. I mean, as a woman, do you think this sexism we were talking about all the time? They're looking at women down, and this community, I've heard from white men the same comment I have heard from other men in the community, these housewives, what's gonna change? It's a big business in the city. What these housewives, they are looking at us as housewives. They don't look at us as a human being who has an opinion and who can change. How do you read this as a woman, Sahira?
I think that we live in a very patriarchal society, and whilst there are many men in our communities that support us, and they support and champion women. So we can't generalize to that. But in my experience and what I've seen and what you have seen and what a lot of the mums that we come in contact with have seen is that, if you don't toe the line, go away kind of thing. They don't want to know. And
They tell you خلاص, yeah? They tell you...
Yeah, خلاص, that's the word. خلاص.
خلاص, yeah.
خلاص, go about your business, woman.
Yeah.
And so it's like, how can you, I'm not wasting my energy on them. We have got so many ambitious projects coming up to do with women, from the Buen project organization, our sister organization Buen, and there's so many things that we are going to be doing, inshallah, God willing, that we don't need to worry about the men in the community. They are going to have their small, narrow-minded mentalities, and that's fine. But what they are doing is that they are inadvertently not helping the situation.
And they are exposing themselves, to be honest. This is what's good about it. We can see there how they expose themselves and say, well, I'm not accountable as I claim, and I am not responsible as I say. And they lost the respect, to be honest. So what Jennifer is saying, and I need your comment on this, Sahira, shame on the many of course, Jennifer is one of the Moms United members, active members, and she was yesterday in the demonstration. She is saying shame on the many professionals who were invited but not attended. Without good reason. I don't believe that every single councillor and MP or police, etc. was busy. Men, fathers, religious leaders, police, authorities, so many of them simply have no respect for a woman's voice or for a mother voice. We will make them listen. We are not going away. How would you respond to Jennifer?
Yeah, I mean, I believe that, we as women, we need to just move forward. I think that, everyone was invited, people knew about it, and some people I know will say, oh, it's Mums United, we don't want to get involved with her, we don't, they make it personal. And to me, my response to that would be, what have we ever done to anybody? We have promoted community cohesion. We have tried to work with different organisations, and we've always said that there's room for everyone. So I would just say that the people that came out, the men, women, children, grandparents that came out yesterday, thank you so much for coming out. Let's not worry about the people that didn't come. We can address them individually if be it. And I've said what I need to say about them. And I think that it is shameful that our local MPs, elected MPs, didn't come. No one really came as a representative from the Labour Party, the Liberal Democrats, and that's fine. We can't keep on saying and inviting people and saying to people to come. The people that came out in numbers, and it was amazing to see the diversity in that. And I think everyone heard us. And they certainly, if they didn't hear me, they certainly heard you, Shahada. I think the whole city heard
the whole
you
Sheffield
down that road.
Jennifer is saying no one is bigger than the community, and Moms United Sheffield had grown.
She's right. And also, I want to also thank Jennifer. She did an amazing job at organising everybody, and the banner was amazing, and the passion she showed, and all the mums showed, and if people had actually taken the trouble to come down and listen to the mums, listen to the poems, listen to the young people speaking, because we always say, let's hear from the young. They missed out, it was an amazing day yesterday, and and you know what, the people that didn't come, it's their loss.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is really a good, final point you make today. The people who didn't attend, it is their loss. I am surprised with all these organizations. They are claiming they are fighting violence and youth, and they are supporting youth. They weren't there. What kind of support you are providing? This is a big question to answer. And the question is not to answer Moms United, Sahira Arshad, is to answer these youth. You disappointed there. You weren't there for them. So how would they will believe you? Talking is not enough, and what we are looking for is for action. Thank you very much, Sahira Irshad,
Thank
for the
you.
great action you did yesterday, and I think Sheffield will
And you
remember you
too.
forever. Thank you. Thank you, Sahira, and I will see you
Oh,
soon with another event, hopefully
okay.
very
Thank you.
soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Bye.
So, dear listeners, as you see, Sahira Arshad was with me in the radio today talking about the event happened in Sheffield yesterday, and it was everywhere in the media as well. I interviewed Sahira Arshad today to say her opinion about those people who had to be there yesterday and they weren't. But we see them in the picture taking photos and showing solidarity for someone else, which is so funny. But where they don't show solidarity for the violence and the killing happening in their own streets, because maybe there is no benefit to them in that, or maybe because it's as I said in my live show in my Facebook, it's something that doesn't really make them feel satisfied. There is no self-satisfaction in this maybe. But let me tell you something, guys. The violence in the city and the drugs dealing happening in every corner. Now it is spreading all over the city, and the number of the incidents increasing in the city is something worrying. And if I was a parent, if I were you as a parent, and I have my little Jacob. If I was, accountable and responsible, I have to be there yesterday. But unfortunately, those people who were, who weren't there, they missed, as Sahira said, they lost that. But and celebration and congratulation for their people who are accountable and responsible, for those people who feel responsibility toward their community and their children. Well done, guys. We are very proud of you. And as Sahira said, it was a diverse, and this diversity is what Moms United is looking for.